What about Dietrich, his progress?
Yeah, Dietrich has really shown a lot of maturity this spring. He's put in a lot of extra work in the film room. He's trying to help lead other guys, help them become more confident in what they're doing and their ability to help grow them as well. And I've really been excited about some steps he's taken to develop himself. And really, you know, he's a guy that's been through a lot of different things in his college career. He's seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And I think because of that, is really poised and doesn't panic and understands the growth of what it takes to continue to keep getting better. And he's really been an encourager for some of those young guys too, because different points of a training camp, like spring training, those guys may hit a wall on a learning curve. And he's been an encourager for those guys and been a positive influence for the entire group.
John, you kind of you did inherit this linebacker group. You've been able to spend a little time with them on the field now. Your initial impressions.
Yeah, you know, they're eager, they're working. I like all of them as people. I think they're all committed to trying to be the best they can be. They're still learning how to be consistent day in, day out. Just trying to teach them the basic fundamentals from a football standpoint, from the ground up. You know, the small things that people take for granted, like formation recognition, backfield sets and identification, those kinds of things. But those guys are working. And as long as they'll continue to work and give everything they got, good things will come. You know, the biggest thing is we want those good things to come really fast. And the sense of urgency for them has got to be there every day. You know, you look up right now and, you know, we're a week in a practice left to spring ball, and you can't lose a rep. Every rep you got to get something out of and learn from and get better. But they're developing, and I'm just asking each day they continue to try to each day come off the practice field and they've gotten a little bit better.
Matt says that he sees the linebackers kind of taking on your personality. What do you think that is? What is your personality?
Depends on who you ask. My wife would probably say crazy. I'm high energy. I love football. Passionate. You know, eager to attack every practice every day. You know, I think a great attitude and great energy and great effort can overcome a lot of flaws. And so I want those guys to be tough. You know, I don't. There's going to be good plays and bad plays, but I don't ever want anybody to say they turned something down. And so hopefully people will say they're high energy. They've got great passion for what they're doing. They're tough and mentally tough as much as anything, because I want them to fight through the things. You play college football, everything's not always going to be easy. Everything's not always going to go your way. And I just want them to understand that they got to continue to battle and get better every day and keep a fighter's mentality a little bit.
Obviously, you've got what you've got and you're working with those guys, but when you're out on the recruiting trail, what attributes do you look for in linebackers?
That's a good question. You know, I think probably the most important attribute at linebacker that is probably the hardest sometimes to evaluate is just instincts. Do you feel the game? Do you feel the ball? Are you able to leverage blockers and know where to take a blocker on, which hand to use, which foot to step with? Those sort of things that are almost so natural to a really good linebacker that you're trying to identify those guys. Because there's guys, we're all hunting measurables. You know, everybody wants long, fast, athletic guys. But at the end of the day, you can be as long and as fast and athletic as you want. But if you don't have any football instincts, it's really hard to be a good linebacker. And so much of it is identifying that. And you can't always identify that in like a camp setting. You got to a lot of times see a guy practice, see him play live to get that evaluation and have a good feel for what that's like. But I think the instincts piece is probably the most important thing. I think the most overrated things when it comes to playing linebacker is, especially in the box, is what's a guy's 40 time. I mean, I don't want it to be slow, but he doesn't have to be Usain Bolt. You know, he's got to have good play speed.
What's your approach with the younger linebackers that you inherited?
My approach?
Yeah.
Just teach it from the ground up. You know, is the formation 2x2? Is it 3x1? Is it two backs? Where are my eyes? And what is my alignment? You know, number one, get the call. All right, from crime. What's the call? That play. All right, what's my alignment? What's my key? What's my assignment? Those things are the things they got to be able to do to play fast and play confident. So, you know, there's a lot of football that's out there, and you're trying to narrow it down so that they can focus on one or two things. know that what their first key is and then react fast off of that first key and hopefully play confident with speed.
You mentioned size and length and instincts. Just what's your assessment of what you have from a skill set standpoint?
They're capable. I mean, I think they've got more than enough ability for us to be successful. They've got to maximize their ability by what they do every day and give themselves every opportunity to be successful by knowing formations and knowing the scheme that we're doing and those sort of things. But we've got enough ability. I gotta get them to where they need to be. That's my job, and I'm pouring everything I got into them to try to get them there as fast as possible. But we're more than capable, and we'll get them there. It's just a matter of continuing to grow and take a step forward every day.
Is there anybody that you're coaching that has the instincts that you want to see?
Yeah, that's a good question. Dietrich's one that's really got a lot of natural football instincts. He's not maybe the tallest or the fastest guy, but when you watch him on video, a lot of times in practice film, you see him do a really good job with his base, with his feet, staying square, and knowing how to leverage things. And a lot of that comes with reps. I mean, he's been playing college football for a while now. But he's got a natural feel for the game, and that's why I'm really excited about him being in the position group, so the other guys can see a guy that maybe he's not just athletically the most overwhelming player, but is a very capable player who knows how to play the position, and they can kind of model themselves after that from a standpoint of knowing where to put their eyes and those sort of things that matter.
Talked about being Dukes, but who else, younger or older guys out there flashing for you this spring?
Everybody has flashed at some point. That's the thing, is trying to get them to be consistent. Willie's made some plays in the pass game because he's really long. I think some of his, his history of playing tight end shows up when he's got to play the ball. He's got great length. He's got good ball skills. He's athletic. So he's shown up in some of the pass game stuff. Josh Clark, man, that dude will run and he will hit and he will trigger. It's just harnessing and helping him know where to go all the time and what's his responsibility all the time, what's his leverage, and just teaching him. And it's been exciting to watch him just get a little bit better at certain things. But that guy's got some juice about him that it's exciting to see. He got some good energy and a little bit of an edge about him that I like. Momo has shown some good flashes at times. It's just being that consistent presence is what he needs to become. Zy Baker's done some good things. There's been different guys show flashes, but overall, I'm trying to figure out who can be consistent. Don't just flash, but just be a steady, consistent guy day in, day out. So that's what we're hunting, and that's what we're trying to figure out. But they've all shown flashes in different spots, different areas.